Hello and welcome to the second of our Christmas specials. Today we're revisiting just a few of the conversations that we've had over the last 8 months since we've launched with Australian politicians, including former Prime Minister Tony Abbott, former MP and all-round champ Craig Kelly, and current Victorian MP and freedom fighter Moira Deeming. Enjoy. We're in the atrium at the launch of the Alliance for Responsible Citizenship. Someone like yourself taking 3 days out of your schedule, you would be pulled in a million different directions. The office back home, I'm sure, is screaming for your attention. Why have you chosen to dedicate 3 entire days just to be here?
Because it's not often that you get the chance to mix in such extraordinary company to discuss so many extraordinary things. And sure, life is very busy and there are many demands on people's time, but you've got to get your priorities right. And the chance to be in this company talking about the big challenges of our time, not just the immediate political and social and economic challenges, but I suppose some of the cultural and spiritual challenges that we face. Well, I just thought it was too important to miss.
The theme here is a better story. What's this better story?
When I was party leader, I occasionally talked about striving to be our best selves. Every day you want to be better than you were yesterday, and you want to be better tomorrow than you are today. And I think the better story is the ARC convener's idea of a collective version of something like that. I think what they're driving at is that Western civilization generally, the Anglosphere in particular, has a great story to tell. It's not a perfect story, but it's a great story. We need to tell that. We need to tell that better, and we need to make it better tomorrow than it is today. I think that's what they're driving at.
Now, just for those that may not be across this story, can you fill us in a little bit about what's been done and how you even found out, how you proved that it has actually been done?
Yes, certainly. My Facebook account was censored and basically sent down a mystery hole, a black hole, at the start of 2021. Where they alleged I'd been so-called, posting misinformation. But of course, misinformation today is a euphemism for another word for information that contradicts the government's narrative of the day.
Sure.
So all I was posting, all I ever posted was expert opinion from doctors, people like Professor Clancy, Professor Barodi, peer-reviewed studies that have been published, facts and data that contradicted the COVID narrative, because we needed to be having a debate about what was the best way forward. That's how a democratic society works, that you have open and free debate. It's the contest of ideas.
That's the idea.
And yet, as a member of parliament, I was censored from Facebook. They deleted everything that I had. So all I basically had left there was my Twitter account. Now, I didn't want to lose my Twitter account, because as a member of parliament, it really limits your access to communicate to people. If you don't have either Facebook or Twitter account, you're not really able to do your job properly as a member of parliament. So I was very, very careful what I posted to Twitter. This is in the pre-Elon Musk day, when they had a lot of rules that stopped free speech. Anyhow, last night someone sent me a detail. Someone, I don't know who the person is, put in a freedom of information request to the health department, requesting if they had made requests to one of the big social media companies trying to get people censored. Anyhow, lo and behold, amongst all the redactions, the heavily redacted documents, there's emails in there. So let's be very clear. So we had the Department of Health, which was Greg Hunt as the minister, under the Morrison government, had set up a secret media monitoring organisation there to monitor the pages, not only just of the general public, but members of parliament. George Christensen's had things censored as well.
Absolutely.
George Christensen, the member for Dawson in the last parliament. So they were monitoring our posts on social media, spying on them with a view of trying to report us to Twitter and have our pages cancelled and have us censored and silenced. It's the inversion of what should be happening. Now, as backbench members of parliament, we should be there holding the government of the day and the bureaucrats accountable, because they're the ones spending taxpayers' money. Here they've reversed it, and you've got these government bureaucrats spying on members of parliament, trying to censor them and close down free debate.
In Australia right now, you've been bouncing around to Parliament House with supporting some Why Can't Women Speak About Sex type events. You've been pilloried in the media. You've been excommunicated for the time being from your own party. All of that's happening in the background, but one of the things I admire about you is that you are simply getting on with the business of being an MP and representing your constituents, and that's why I wanted to bring you on today. What are your constituents telling you about the realities of doing business in Victoria, the highest tax state, the state that we're seeing report after report coming out saying it's getting harder and harder to do business? That's numbers on a page. What are your constituents telling you?
Well, they're just absolutely being crushed, In terms of businesses, obviously a report has come out showing that it's, the highest cost place to do business in Australia by a long shot in very many of the measures, and basically they're all saying the same things. I've spoken to small businesses, medium-sized businesses, even the larger businesses, and all of them are reporting that they don't have any confidence in the stability of our laws, in the predictability of our laws, in the ability of our regulators and our government agencies to give them advice that doesn't conflict with a different government agency. They're just having their time wasted. They go to VCAT, they don't have any confidence that they're going to get any objective and predictable outcomes there either. And then on top of that, they're expected to pay the highest taxes out of Australia. We're paying off a COVID debt, we've got a COVID levy, they've got mental health levies, payroll taxes, stamp duties. And of course, we all know that if it costs more to do business, it's going to cost more for everybody else to even buy services. So it's really, the flow-on effects are just terrible. And in the West, these are the areas that don't earn as much out here. These are your working class constituents out here. And they just can't keep taking it. They can't survive.
Thank you for watching our Christmas and New Year's special, where we've revisited some of our favourite chats with Australian politicians. There's of course many more that we didn't have time to include today, but these were 3 of our favourites. We release new episodes of the Aussie Wire News every Tuesday and Thursday at 4 p.m. You can catch up on past episodes at theaussiewire.com. Be sure to read our blogs and join our email list while you're there. And finally, if you appreciate what we do here at the Aussie Wire as we stand up for truth, freedom and hope, please become an insider, a financial supporter. Our insiders get giveaways, discounts, exclusive content, including every interview from ARC and my 90-minute deep dive interview with former Deputy Prime Minister John Anderson. And of course, insiders also get our wonderful Insiders community. You can become an insider at the link below. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Topher Field, and this is the Aussie Wire.